This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to beautiful Boone, North Carolina, Kidd Brewer Stadium, home of the App State Mountaineers. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the South Florida Bulls, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Bulls will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Appalachian State's offense will have the ball first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Simpkins. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
They'll go to the ground, fighting off the defender. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give is to Williams. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Mountaineers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. From the gun. Grabbed over the middle. It's Scott. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Appalachian State.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it, with physicality. Punching him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So the USF Bulls offense will try to get something going with their first possession. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Right on the money. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
The Bulls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. And the Bulls really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw again. Finds his tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another 1st down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Atchison.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good, talking with coaches this week, and he gets his 1st sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their 1st sack.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Flips it out on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Sometimes the timing of the screenplay, it takes a little bit of time to get some depth and a little bit of acting by the quarterback and the running back. Well, they didn't win an Oscar. Let's put it that way. Not good acting. That play went nowhere. The screen pass was not successful.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Wide out trying to get it in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
And look at the quarterback, look at the players on offense. They're overlooking at the sidelines, begging to stay on the field and try and score this touchdown. They've been on the field for so many plays, for so long. When you've done all that work, you want...
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break, and Appalachian State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off. What a play by this defense. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and he almost had a pick six.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. And they've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Bulls. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Liberty is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas State. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to throw on first down. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Here's the handoff. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Dozier. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Caught. Backfield, it's Williams. Breaks into the open. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big game.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here comes the heat. Fires on the move. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Atchison. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The snap sets up the throw. Avoids pressure. Look. Zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense. In the sudden change situation, they barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. All of a sudden, there's a turnover. They got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And you can tell this offense, they just don't feel comfortable running the football. 1st and goal situation, a lot of times it's a run. They throw an incomplete pass. 2nd and goal, it's a sack. This offense, they've got to find a way to stretch this defense. Maybe some crossing routes. Maybe throw it up to one of the big fellas. They got to find something better to execute down here in the red zone.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check. Catch in the middle, it's Dozier. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Just drives it between the uprights. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they were able to put up a 3-spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Got the quick pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Anderson. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there. The Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Atchison.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Mathis. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Mathis. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls!
The offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. It's Sanchez. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Catch. It's Sanchez. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Mountaineers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Turning it on. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. That last big play has them in position to threaten here. 1st and 10 from the 37. To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Sanchez.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
And sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. And as the 1st half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Boone when that town is buzzing as it is today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Kidd Brewer Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Mountaineers will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Bulls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They go to the ground. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Wants to fire on second down. Quick strike complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
And the Bulls have this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Going to the running game. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The Bulls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. That's reeled in. It's Atchison. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Bulls are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to power their way ahead. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in first downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it 3rd and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Anderson. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
The Bulls have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. He leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, South Florida. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Bulls are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has one stop.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down here, probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, USF. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Temple came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Philly had to sweat things out for much of the 2nd half. Certainly could have been better, but it also could have been worse. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Snagged in the middle. It's Lawson. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. You want to be physical on defense, but too much grabbing. They got him for the hold. It's 1st and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Dozier. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Pulls it in. It's Scott. He's going to be a little short. It'll be 4th down from the 44. And the Mountaineers will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Atchison. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Release to the back. Grabbed in the middle. It's Mathis. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Going to swing it on second down. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy
converts on 4th down, still going. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
What a big play in the fourth quarter when you're trailing and you need it. You really needed to get a first down here. Nice job by the quarterback, making the pass, getting the first down.
Here we go, set. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout here. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. The give as they work on that clock. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
29 Philly, 2
They'll give it to him again. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mathis. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And I like what this offense did, man. They stayed aggressive. They were trying to get the first down through the air. But here's the good thing now. You punt the football away. You trust your defense. You got the lead late in this football game. One more stop, and there's a good chance you get the W.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, USF.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Trying to do it on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer,